But one news team has never lost its personal touch.
Storm, it says here you're very popular in New York.
Because on Eyewitness News, we're as different as the city we report to.
In Brooklyn?
The People's Court today at 4:30.
Come on, let's not get down now. Christmas is rushing at us like an express train.
I know, don't remind me. I keep thinking of all the things I have to do.
You say that every year. So do I, come to think of it.
Oh, don't move.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hello? No, that's fine. Send them up.
Who is it?
Well, it's Calvin, but Damien Tyler's with him.
Oh, what would they want?
Well, I don't know. You don't suppose that Miles got into some kind of trouble last night, do you?
Hey, Calvin,
Hi.
how come you're bringing the law with you?
I, too, happen to be the law, if you remember.
Well, this isn't a police visit, is it?
Oh, there's nothing to worry about, Jody. We just want to talk to Miles and Nicole for a little while.
Miles is asleep.
Yeah, but he was asleep when we called 2 hours ago.
Well, he's still asleep. I don't think he's feeling very well.
Yes, we know that.
How?
What about your sister Nicole, Jody?
Well, she left about a half hour ago. See, Miles had this meeting with the review board, but obviously he couldn't make it.
So she went down in person to make his apologies, that it?
Yes.
Now, we're not going to get our questions answered now.
Questions about what?
You mean you don't know what happened last night?
Well, if you're talking about Miles going out on his own, yes, of course we know about that, but I didn't think it involved the police. Unless, of course, Miles is in trouble.
There is trouble. We just don't know how extensively Miles is involved in it.
Oh, come on, Calvin. What do you do? Get in a bar fight or something?
Nicole didn't talk to you about what happened?
No. She didn't say anything. She just came home and put Miles to bed. Why? What's going on?
Miles was discovered in the apartment of his ex-nurse.
Barbara? Miles was with Barbara?
I didn't say he was with Barbara. I just said he was there.
Barbara was in pretty bad shape herself. As a matter of fact, she's been beaten up very badly.
Oh, my God. How is she now?
She's in a coma. She may not come out of it. They can't tell yet.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by new Head and Chest Cold Medicine. Head and Chest helps clear your head and your chest. And by Safeguard Deodorant Soap. People like Safeguard so much, it's always the smallest soap in the house.
If your husband is doing as well as you told me, how come he makes you use these little bits of soap?
Mom, this is our Safeguard. It's little because it's our favorite soap.
Oh, I tried that.
If you tried Safeguard, you'd probably still be using it.
I'm sure I tried it.
I'm sure you haven't.
Well, Grandma, there's only one way to find out.
I don't remember it smelling this fresh, but I bet it doesn't have the protection my soap has.
Wrong, Mom. You can't buy soap with more deodorant protection than Safeguard.
Check the lather, Grandma.
Incredible. Most soaps don't lather up this rich, even when they're big.
But, Mom, I thought you said you tried Safeguard.
Your little Safeguard is so good. If I tried it once, wouldn't I still be using it?
Just try Safeguard. See if it doesn't become the smallest soap in your house.
Hey, what's your problem? Got a cold.
There are dozens of cold medicines. Take a pick, Mac.
My cold's in my chest, too.
Oh, you do have a problem. Try Head and Chest. It's brand new.
Head and Chest is different?
Mm-hmm. Different from the leading cold medicine because it helps clear your head and clear your chest.
New Head and Chest clears your head by draining nasal passages so you can breathe easy with no drowsiness. And the difference in Head and Chest is the moisturizing action that loosens and helps get rid of chest congestion.
Hey, Head and Chest works.
Uh-huh. There are dozens of cold medicines, but there's only one named Head and Chest.
New Head and Chest works. Clears your head and clears your chest.
Hi, Nancy. Come in. Hello, Rita. Thank you for letting me come over. I wanted to talk to you about David Cameron's
Don't
plan.
mention that man's name in my house.
I know you don't think too kindly about that association. However, certain decisions have been made, and you should know about them.
What sort of decisions?
Well, mainly about whom you contact during this time. Now, David has asked if I would act as the go-between.
Oh, really? So you're going to be a spy, too, huh?
Well, I didn't exactly volunteer. However, it does make sense, because there are only 5 people who know what you're doing. Now, 3 of them are involved with law enforcement. Sky is the 4th, so that just leaves me.
And presumably Ian wouldn't think twice about the 2 of us getting together because he just would think it was girl talk, right?
Exactly.
Right. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what Ian thinks anymore because the whole thing has just gone right down the tubes.
What?
Ian doesn't want to see me anymore. So even if we were to get together, I wouldn't have anything to tell you.
What happened?
I made a big mistake. I called Skylar up last night, and Ian was there. They were drinking, and Skylar left the room, so Ian answered the phone, and I started talking to him like it was Sky, and I mentioned that I wanted to come see him, and it's all over. Ian told me so himself. I called him up to try to talk to him this morning, and he wouldn't even talk to me. He hung up.
So you just gave up?
Well, what was I supposed to do? He gave up on me.
Oh, Raven, you have spent your entire life proving that men can't resist you. What's happened? Are you losing your confidence?
Well, I can't force a man to want me.
Yes, I have seen you turn men upside down and inside out.
I don't want Ian Devereaux.
You can pretend that you want him, Raven. It'll work. Look, it's the only thing that's going to clear Sky. Now, look, you've got to get on the phone, call Ian Devereaux right now, and tell him that you absolutely must
I don't know what to say to
Don't
him.
even think about what you're going to say. Just call.
Yes?
Hi, Ian, it's Raven.
I hope you're not going to ask me about another chess lesson, Raven. If I feel in the mood for it, I'll call you, okay?
No, it's not okay. Ian, come on, I don't want a chess lesson. I want to see you.
Look, I'm sorry, but I'm busy.
Oh, you are not busy. You're probably sitting there playing with your stupid trains. I'm going to come over there and we're going to talk.
Look, Raven, that's not a good idea. I'm sorry, I'm going out in a minute.
I will be over there in 15 minutes, and if you're not there, buddy, you're going to be in big trouble. And that's an order.
Look, Barney, I've already admitted bribing those foreign officials. Okay, I admit it. I did it. So what?
I hardly think you had any choice, Mr. Parrish. They caught you dead to rights.
Okay, so I've been fired, huh? You've taken away my means of livelihood. Me, a man with a wife and 3 children.
What did you expect, a promotion?
Oh, look, Varney, I did what I did for the company. I bribed those people because that was the only way I could get that contract.
You were never authorized to do business that way. Whitney Machine Tool Company does business with the United States government. They frown on bribery as a means of increasing profits.
Okay, so you've got your scapegoat, huh? Now, what more do you want from me? Why don't you just leave me alone? I got a big day tomorrow. On the unemployment line.
Oh, no, you don't. You're too busy getting ready to move out of state to a 60-acre farm in Illinois. Am I right?
Yeah, of course. We're going to move. I mean, it makes sense to us.
That must have been one hell of an expensive piece of real estate, Mr. Parrish. Here, read this.
What is it?
It's a letter from the Foreign Trade Commissioner, the man you did business with.
I can't make this out. His English is terrible.
I'll translate it for you. He's admitted to taking your bribe, but guess what? It was only for 1/2 the amount you claim to have given him.
What? Oh, he's lying.
He supplied records to his government to prove his claim, and we believe he's telling the truth because, you see, in his country, the penalty for perjury is beheading.
I still say he's lying. He's only trying to...
Trying to what? You see, his punishment is going to be the same regardless of the amount. He has no reason to lie, but you do.
Well, maybe it's a clerical error.
Well, we're going to check out that clerical error. I have a feeling we're going to discover the missing money in your pockets, or shall I say the pockets of the man who sold you a farm in Illinois.
Look, I still say it's a mistake.
I think you stole this money, and I think you used this bribe to cover up your crime. If that is true, the only farm you were going to is a prison farm.
What's going on here?
Mr. Whitney, this lunatic's trying to send me to prison. Look, I've already been fired. Look, I've got a family.
What's going on here, Spencer?
My hunch was right, Sky. We have had a fox living amongst our chickens.
Oh, listen to me, please.
Let go of me.
Look, I've already admitted it. Look, I'm going to get out of state. I'm going to try to find a decent life for myself. Please, I'm begging
Your
you.
hands off me. Listen, if you're a crook, you're going to have to pay for it. Spencer, get this bum out of here.
You hypocrite. You don't care about right or wrong. All you care about is...
Let's go, Paris.
Let your hands
Get out of here, you bum.
You're trying to railroad
Don't
me.
come back.
Out now.
Honey, you brought home the bowling trophy.
Yeah, and a nagging backache.
Hold on, I'll get the Doan's pills.
Good advice. Doan's pills for occasional nagging backache pain due to simple overexertion, stress, or strain. Taken as directed, this time-proven analgesic brings relief of minor backache pain for hours.
Doan's pills make me feel like I do when I bowl a strike. Relieved.
Time-proven Doan's pills help you get the better of simple backache pain.
First, there was Henry. Hi, Henry. Then Jennifer. She's such a flirt. And Oscar. Jenny just brought him home one night. And I love them all, so I wouldn't feed them anything but Calcan. It's so nutritious, it's like getting a multivitamin in every can. Calcan's got all the vitamins and minerals and protein a cat needs. It sure keeps my cats looking good. And sounding good.
Calcan, so rich in nutrition. It's like getting a multivitamin in every can.
Sorry about that, Sky. I didn't expect this to turn into a wrestling match.
No, it seems you're right about this guy, Parrish. He was involved in this bribe business just to line his own pocket.
Oh, that's the oldest crime in the world. You're using one crime to cover up another one.
Now, what's the next step? You want to conduct the investigation yourself?
Oh, that wasn't an empty threat. I cannot stand the idea of this guy becoming a gentleman farmer on our money.
Our money?
It's just a figure of speech. Anyway, I think we should get in touch with the DA's department, and I have a feeling the Justice Department will be interested as well. Sky? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I just don't like the idea of throwing someone in prison, especially at this time of the year.
Yes, it is Christmas, isn't it?
Doesn't feel like it, though.
Well, maybe if we had a tree or something.
No, I'm not in the mood, Spencer, and besides, I'm not really going to be here for the holidays. Oh, I didn't tell you about this. I'm going away for the weekend.
Oh, you are? Where?
Well, I'm going up to that cabin, Lake Watabega. I thought it was time I ought to get a look at the place that I just bought.
I remember telling you that exact same thing when you showed me the ad in the paper.
Well, it seemed nice, and I'm a sucker for mountains and treetops. That's why I spent so much time in the Alps.
Well, I'm glad you're going to find out about it. Are you going alone?
No, that wouldn't be very much fun, would it?
I agree.
Well, when am I going to hear the next question?
With whom are you going?
Well, the lady I have invited has not as yet given me an answer. I imagine I'll hear from her. That may be an answer right there.
I'll get it.
Hi, Spencer.
Hello, Miss Bryson. Come in, please. Mr. Whitney, Miss Bryson is here.
Yes, I can see that, Spencer. Thank you. You can close the door on your way out, please.
Yes, sir.
Well, hi, Val. Nice of you to come by.
Well, you may not think so when I tell you that, oh, Sky, it's a wonderful invitation, and I do love that part of the country, but I just can't.
You said you were going to be free.
Well, I am free, but I'm not that free.
Look, Val, I realized afterwards that the way I asked you that question about the weekend, I put it the wrong way. I apologize.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sure that I made it sound as if it was going to be a rendezvous for the two of us. It's not that way at all. As a matter of fact, I plan on having a little housewarming party up there.
You mean you've invited other people?
Oh, sure I have. It's 4, as a matter of fact. I invited a few more people, but they couldn't make it, so the weekend will be nice and innocent, if that's what you want.
Well, I have to admit, that does make a difference.
Oh, great. We'll go on up there, and we can smell the crisp winter air on the top of Mount whatever, Watabega or something, I think it's called.
Watabega.
Watabega. And it would be great. We can go on out there expecting some snow. We can do some skiing. Perhaps we'll just hang around the fireplace and toast some marshmallows, or maybe just toast each other.
It really does sound marvelous.
So what do you say?
Oh, I guess I want to say yes.
Well, then say yes.
All right. Yes, I would love to.
Wonderful. I calls for drink.
A few years ago, I was helping out with my kids' school play. Today, I'm directing our community playhouse, too. Now, that's a change for the better. Hey, I found better ways to do lots of things. Even laundry. I used to buy separate detergents and fabric softeners. Today, I buy one box of Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener. When I get cleaning, softening, and static control all in one, that's a change for the better. I mean, this sweatsuit is stiff with backstage dirt. But just one washing, and voila. Hard to believe one product got it this clean and this soft. What's more, Romeo's tights don't cling to Juliet's slip. Now, that's a tough act to follow.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Bill.
COD, Rosie.
Gotta cut expenses, Ted. Pretty soon I'll be using tea bags twice.
Thought you already did.
What?
I said, cut out Bounty. Buy cheaper towels.
What's your language? Bounty's the best way I know to save dough.
Come on.
Come on yourself. Follow me. Just watch. A penny's worth of Bounty against a penny's worth of an average bargain brand. Bounty absorbs all the liquid fast.
Cheaper brand just can't absorb as much.
And even wet, that penny's worth of Bounty's still absorbing.
So Bounty can save you money. I'm telling the wife.
Bounty's the best way I know to save dough. How about a cup of tea?
You said something about Nicole going to this review board. Now, what's that all about?
Nothing. Well, you know how doctors are about their meetings.
I think you better tell him, Jody.
Tell them what?
All right. It seems that the new head of the medical review board has a wife who likes to play around. She heard all those dumb stories about Miles, and she decided to see if they were true. When she found out that it wasn't true, she got very upset.
So she went to her husband and told him just the opposite, that Miles had come under her.
And Miles has to go to the review board and explain his behavior.
Now, isn't that ridiculous? And of course he couldn't show up there today. He wasn't feeling well.
Look, exactly how drunk was Miles when he left this place last night?
Well, Gavin and I left before Miles did, but he wasn't really drunk, was he?
He wasn't exactly sober. I'll get it.
Big help.
Yes, Oscar. Okay, thanks. Derek Mallory's on his way up.
What is this, a police convention?
He's coming up from the hospital.
Hello, Derek.
Hello, Gav. Jody. Look, I'm sorry we've all busted in on you so early in the day.
Hey, the more the merrier.
What's happening? I know Nicole's going. The doorman told me that.
Yeah, well, Miles is still out like a light. We haven't been able to ask him any questions yet.
Yeah, but we have a question. How's Barbara Montgomery doing?
She's still in a coma. The doctors aren't giving her good odds to come out of it.
Do you know who beat her up?
Well, the investigation has just started, but I've got a lot of officers in the field. They're checking the building, trying to see if somebody heard something. But I'll tell you, does look promising.
In other words, you have no idea who did it.
Well, I have no real convictions, no. But there is somebody who does.
Who's that?
I found her in my office this morning.
Wait a second. Don't tell me, let me guess. It was Nora Fulton.
Is she right?
Yes. Nora claims that she drove Miles to Barbara Montgomery's
She
apartment.
what?
She said she found him dead drunk in a bar, offered to take him home. He refused, saying that he wanted to see Barbara.
It's a lie. Every word that comes out of that woman's mouth is a lie.
Well, I've been to the bar, and everything she said so far is the truth. The bartender said that he helped Nora take Miles to Miss Montgomery's apartment. She paid him $50 for his trouble.
I'll be damned.
Something else she said. She said she talked to Barbara again later that night, and that Barbara told her...
Told her what?
Barbara said that Miles was getting aggressive and that he threatened her.
Identified as Barbara Montgomery is a registered nurse, formerly in the employ of Dr. Miles Cavanaugh of Monticello. Hospital officials gave no prognosis on the case, pending notification of her next of kin. but an unofficial report from the examining official stated that the severe beating has resulted in what may be an irreversible coma. The police are conducting an investigation into the crime, and anyone with information is asked to call this number.
Hey, preacher, how you doing? Forget it, Mort, I can't spare it. Hey, you got it wrong, man. I didn't come to borrow money. I came to do you a big favor.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
Hey, I'm serious. I just heard of a terrific job for you.
That's funny. You know, I've been out of work 4 months, and all of a sudden I hear about 2 jobs.
Yeah, well, this job's gonna be a lot better than the crummy one you got now. You know what's good about this? The chicks, man. The chicks you meet.
What are you talking about?
I was over on Beecher Avenue, painting and plastering this new joint, and, I found out what it's gonna be.
Okay, I give up.
A disco, preacher. A brand new disco.
Hey, so what? They open 5 a day and close them down the next.
Yeah, but this one's different. You know what it's gonna be called? Look at this. I swiped it from the foreman of the job.
Video disco?
That's it.
What the hell does that mean?
Just what it says. There's gonna be video stuff all over the place. That's right up your alley, preacher. They're gonna need somebody like you. You know, to, run all the equipment.
All right. Who do I see?
Ian, will you please try to understand me? I did not call Schuyler Whitney because I was interested in him.
Of course not. Why should any woman be interested in him? He's got nothing but good looks, charm, and a great deal of money.
I know, he's attractive, all right? But after what he did to me, no way I could possibly care about him.
Well, you cared enough to call him at 2 in the morning, to plead with him to see you.
All right. If you're gonna force me to say it, I'll say it.
Say what?
The reason that I wanted to see Sky... Oh, this is awful. I mean, I didn't want to tell you these things about myself. The reason that I wanted to see Sky was... because I wanted to gloat.
Bad and sportswear, bad and dresswear, bad. With everything from cotton to cashmere, if you care, you'll bother. Don't wear one without the other.
Ban Roll-On. It's like an invisible layer of protection against wetness between you and your clothes. It helps stop wetness better than any leading spray.
If you care, you'll bother. Don't wear one without the other.
Ban Roll-On. You and your clothes can depend on it.
Need any help? Oh, the movers are here. I'm still packing. I have a headache, and I can't find the aspirin.
Take my Bufferin. Plain aspirin's smart, but it can upset your stomach. Taking Bufferin is smarter. It's a special kind of aspirin pain reliever. Look, some stomachs can be delicate, like this crystal, and plain aspirin can upset them. Bufferin gives aspirin relief, plus special buffers that help protect against stomach upset. How do you feel now?
A lot smarter.
Bufferin is smarter. Also an extra strength.
General Hospital. Noah spreads the Christmas spirit to almost everyone.
Little Miss Fix-It, is that the way you see yourself?
I see you, honey. You are so wrong for Noah.
General Hospital.
That's exactly the way it was, Ian. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I wanted to tell him that you proposed to me.
Really?
I did. I couldn't wait to do it. It was going to give me a lot of pleasure.
Well, why couldn't you have done it on the phone?
Because I wanted to see his face. I wanted to look into his eyes.
And what sort of reaction did you expect? A counter-proposal?
Well, no, but I wouldn't have minded one. I would have told him no. Ian, don't you know, you're the only kind of man for me.
Sometimes I'm not so sure of that, Raven.
I'm telling you. Schuyler Whitney means nothing to me.
Well, I wonder what he thinks of you.
He hates me. He hates me. He only pretended to like me because of what Jeff Brown did to him. And he wanted to hurt me, so he had to pretend. Don't you see?
Hello?
Hello, Ian. This is Sky.
Oh, hello, Sky. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, except for one thing. I know we mentioned last night the idea of getting together over the holidays.
Oh, I didn't remember. I drank so much brandy. It probably affected my memory.
Well, it must have affected mine as well. I completely forgot that I'd made a date for this weekend. I'm taking a young lady up to a cabin I own in the mountains.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you had a place up there.
Yeah, well, it's a recent acquisition. As a matter of fact, this will be my first weekend there. Now, I'd love to have you come on up with us, but I'd rather make it a weekend for two. You're a man of the world. I'm sure you can understand.
Yes, of course. Now, who's the lucky lady?
I bet you can guess. I told you about her last night. She's young, lovely, blonde.
Oh, yes. Yes, I know exactly who you mean. That photographer. Well, good. I hope you have a good time. I'll see you when you get back. Perhaps we'll have a foursome. Okay. Bye-bye.
What do you have to say?
Just can I talk about his weekend? Well, what say we go and have some lunch?
Discover the topping that tastes too good to stop with one plop. Dover Farms from Birdseye.
My dad can stop.
Dover Farms frozen whipped topping is whipped with real cream. That makes it too good to stop with one plop.
Dad.
Dover Farms from Birdseye. Real cream makes it taste too good to stop with one plop.
How embarrassing.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. The edge of night, half dark, half light. Do you think we might wake up someday and be aware of all the games people play? Living circles of unending strife as we look for light, and nothing is wrong and nothing is right. The edge of night.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, is America willing to pay for the president's defense buildup?
We have to accept the price of maintaining our national security.
After the cost of weapons, will we be able to afford spare parts? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
When 100 tapping feet thunder like one, you're at David Merrick's 42nd Street. It's the perfect last-minute Christmas gift. Call Telecharge 246-0730 now.
Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, doctors say the growth removed from Nancy Reagan was cancerous. We'll have a full report. Jerry Lewis has emergency open heart surgery. Complete details and this report.
This man was out looking for work yesterday, ended up injuring himself while saving another man's life. We'll have the story of him and his family, the man he saved, coming up.
Also, a major airline faces a midnight strike.
Season's greetings from all of us at Channel 7.